Get ready, UK. Another pandemic is coming. On the 15th of May 2018, there was a pandemic simulation called Clade-X, which foreshadowed a global pandemic. And 666 days later, COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic on 3/11/2020. Now, not many people know about Clade-X. Okay? Clade-X was a pandemic preparedness tabletop exercise held in May 2018, led by the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. The exercise simulated a hypothetical influenza pandemic and involved high-profile individuals such as former government officials and health experts to assess and recommend improvements for a coordinated US government response to a future outbreak. So this pandemic simulation literally took place 666 days before COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic. Now we know 666 is the number of the beast, don't we? It was announced on the 16th of September 25 that the biggest pandemic exercise ever run in the UK will commence. Exercise Pegasus, the national Tier 1 pandemic preparedness exercise set to assess the UK's ability to respond to a pandemic, will commence. A pandemic remains the top risk of the UK's National Risk Register, and experts are clear that it is a case of when and not if the UK will experience another pandemic. Experts state we cannot be prepared if we do not actively look for opportunities to test the country's capabilities, plans, protocols, and procedures in the event of another major pandemic. Exercise Pegasus is a prime opportunity to do just that. Exercise Pegasus will be the largest ever simulation of a pandemic in UK history and will involve participation from every government department, the devolved governments, and representation from arm's length bodies and local resilience fora. Now, there's a span of 66 months and 6 days between COVID-19 being declared a global pandemic and the announcement that the biggest pandemic exercise ever run in the UK will commence. So from March the 11th, 2020 to September the 16th, 2025 is a span of 66 months and 6 days. And as I've said, 666 is the number of the beast. Now it seems like Hollywood have been foreshadowing the UK to get struck by a deadly virus for decades. I've seen these movies here 28 days later, 28 weeks later. Let's break them down. 28 days later, 28 days after the outbreak of a deadly virus in London, which infects everyone and turns them into brain-dead killers, the survivors try to cope with their losses and find sanctuary. Then we had 28 weeks later, when an incurable virus starts killing people in Britain, they are forced to evacuate their homes. All hell breaks loose when they try to return to their country and are again attacked by the virus. And back in 2012, guys, when London hosted the Olympics, there was this really eerie Olympic opening ceremony, which clearly foreshadowed the pandemic. Okay, you've got these kids in hospital beds. Well, the NHS just so happened to be founded 6,660 days after Anton LaVey was born, who founded the Church of Satan. The world is collapsing from every angle. Another pandemic will shatter the economy and allow the beast system to fully take effect. If you're not in Christ at this point, you are going to accept the mark of the beast, which will result in eternal damnation in the lake of fire, separated from the love of God. Now, this exercise Pegasus, guys, is just going to foreshadow what's coming to the UK, and it's going to be a deadly pandemic. And think about it, if you don't have your digital ID, you ain't going to be able to see a doctor, are you? And the third horseman of Revelation is pestilence. And the fact that this is exercise Pegasus, and Pegasus is a winged horse in Greek mythology, usually depicted as a white stallion. Remember, the Antichrist, guys, rides a white horse. Okay? So I'm sending you another warning. And if you go look at the work I've done over 5 years, I've sent out many warnings. That the world would go to war, it is. Okay, that the economy would collapse, that it is. That the digital ID would become worldwide, that's happening. That people would be getting digital tattoos, that's happening. That society would collapse, that's happening. That there'd be a push of the LGBTQ plus heavily, that's happening. That the education system would be corrupted, that's happening. That professional sports are all corrupt, encoded, and demonic, that's happening. That Hollywood is wicked, that's being revealed. So if I tell you another pandemic's coming to the UK, it's probably going to come, isn't it? It's probably going to come. The beast system that I'm warning you about, that's going to be implemented at any point. So, again, what more do I have to reveal before more of you just start taking note and giving your life to Christ? Satan's the god of this age. He's not hiding anymore. But Jesus has overcome the world. And it's time to pick a side, honestly. You're either with Satan or you're with Christ. And if you're not with Christ, you're against him. This ain't a game where you can be in the middle. It's time to pick a side now. Are you willing to be killed for your faith in Christ? Or is the thought of that scary to you? If it is, then are you truly reborn? And what does the Bible say? You must be reborn to enter the kingdom of heaven. Are you willing to lose everything here on earth to gain everything in heaven? It's a question you need to ask yourself, and you need to ask yourself today. God bless you all. Take care. Thank you for your support, especially those on my website. God wins.